Javon Angela, and I am from California, and the medium that I use is acrylic. So I started painting when I was about 8 years old, and I'm self-taught, so I never took any classes. Everything I know, I taught myself. There hasn't been a day where I really haven't painted unless I was super busy. And I think what inspires me the most is people and the way people come in different forms and shapes. And some people are pretty, some people aren't as pretty, and it's all just it's all different. Like there's different flavors of people, and I like that. I like painting people. What drew me to participate in this artist residency is that I've always wanted to come to Japan, and I am not much of a traveler, so seeing a different side of the world is always going to be shocking to me. So I want to travel as much as possible, and traveling and art at the same time is like a wish come true. So I really like that. Yeah. My experience at the residency has been eye-opening for me in multiple ways. It's made me view art differently, and that I need to experiment a bit more, seeing other artists paint and do their thing. And it also has opened me up as a person to being more friendly to people and not so judgmental, and just open to making more friends and getting to know people better. Being in Japan has made it easier for me to create because I feel like there's not as much pressure or judgment when you're creating art out here compared to in the US. I just feel like there's a lot of pressure and critique on what you're doing. And every morning has been peaceful and nice, so it just makes it easier to get into my process. So the pieces I made are really a continuation of my portrait style. I like to paint people in any way that comes to me. For me, I want to bring Black women into Japan. So my portraits are centered around Black women being inside the Japanese culture, and still being beautiful and still being accepted in any way. So the first piece I have is just a portrait of the shoulders up, and it has traditional like red colors and white colors because I know those are predominant out here. And then my second piece is a full body Black woman inside a kimono, but the kimono is not put on properly. It's like draping off her shoulder, and it's just to be like a little bit more sexy and cute and stuff. So yeah, but I do want to highlight Black women being in Japan and having a good experience still. What I hope to achieve during residency is just being able to flow with my art without overthinking, over planning, or always having an inspiration, just going with the flow, creating for the sake of creating. And also being able to create next to other artists without comparing myself and working in competition with other people, just creating to create. So my interactions with the artists and people out here have made me realize that there's more to painting than just having one subject matter, like a portrait or a person. It could be textures or just adding anything you really feel like you want to add. It could be dots, lines, just anything. They're really versatile with art. So it made me want to explore different things in my art, I guess. So a few places that stood out to me were the temples and shrines because it gave me a sense of tranquility and it was very quiet and peaceful there. Even the tourists who came, they were respectful of the culture and they tried their best to understand how to maneuver in the temples and shrines. So I feel like we don't have anything like that at home. Like we have churches and things like that, but it's not like where there's any kind of rituals or anything or any kind of respect for what's going on. It's more like just rules to follow or a belief system to make you feel inspired. But this is more like something that keeps them going in life and stuff like that. Some aspects of the Japanese culture that inspire my work are the colors and the sounds that they have out here. They don't have a lot of harsh sounds. Even the horns for the cars are nice and peaceful, and the colors are really nice and serene. When I see red out here, it's like it's peaceful and nice. But when I see red in the U.S., it's like fiery and harsh and things like that. So the colors out here are really nice and delicate, and also the might have to put that word. What is it called? The forage, the
Foliage.
oh yeah, the foliage out here is really different. Like I feel like it's healthy, and you see a lot of bumblebees out here, and you see a lot of insects and things like that, and it just makes me feel like their ecosystem is well taken care of, and stuff like that. And it makes me want to bring that back home into my art. Yeah. So waking up in the morning and having a ritual, waking up early and being able to bathe and enjoy my time, watching the sunrise and things like that, are things that I do want to bring back with me and incorporate into my process when I start painting or when I'm doing anything, because I feel like it helps me navigate the day better, and it helps me keep a peaceful and calm mind, and also cleaning up my space every single day. It helps me feel a lot better. And I feel like taking care of the space here is not just something I have to do in Japan. I can do it when I get back, and really appreciate the things that I have. So being around the other artists has influenced me to be more spontaneous and not so organized with my work in a sense. And it also helped me realize like anyone can really be an artist. I used to be like against that kind of mindset that anyone can be an artist, but after seeing like people's like photography work and seeing people create with yarn and all different types of things, and even the lady earlier creating with paper and origami, things like that, I feel like anybody can be an artist. And there's like so many things to experiment with other than paint. So yeah. I hope viewers see my art and they realize that it is okay to be Black in Japan. And you can have a really good time. And the people here are super nice. It's not as dangerous. Not even just being Black, just being an American in Japan. It's not as bad as people make it seem in the US. You don't stick out like a sore thumb unless you're trying to stick out like a sore thumb. But it's very accepting out here. So when people see my art, I want them to think that anyone can be wearing a kimono, or anybody could, be a part of the culture if they try to.